Tell you about the best and the worst money I've ever spent. We're around town, got the big one. Let's start with my worst money. Oh man, when I first got some money, the first thing I did was my agent gave me a $25,000 upfront thing. So it was just like one day, boom, $25,000 in my account. So the first thing I did was I went to the mall, told my wife, pick something out, told my homie to pick something out, him and his girl. Once upon a time, you just thought you had to have everything iced out, right? Especially watches. You know, I had a Cartier watch. You almost couldn't even tell time on it because it had so many diamonds on it. And it's one of the dumbest things I had done. Pointless, didn't realize how invaluable the watch became. I actually gave the watch to Reggie Bullock, who was one of my rookies back when I played in LA. I had an Escalade, I had a pearl-colored Escalade, right, with spree wheels. If you don't know what those are spinning wheels. So when I stopped at a light, my wheels would keep spinning. I think the toughest part about having a vehicle like that is it's dope to have a car like that. I was balling, I was stunting until my mama needed to go to the grocery store. So my mama got to go to the grocery store, and now my mama riding around in this Escalade with spinning wheels. And next thing you know, my mama got pulled over. And I think it was just more so the police officers being nosy because they wanted to see who it was. But picture my mama, of all people, riding around. She was riding around and getting it.
How many shots did you make?
Life has changed a little bit since that. My wife has a Porsche. We have an Escalade. She has a Range Rover. I have a 77 Monte Carlo. I got a Maybach. Let me stop. Mind you, my senior year in high school, I had a Honda. The driver's side door was broke. So instead of parking in my parking spot when I used to get to school as a senior, I would park way down by the baseball field and look around and see if anybody was looking and jump to the passenger seat and get out the car. I think one of the mistakes that all of us make, not just other NBA players, myself, is that a lot of times we just want everyone to do it for us. Obviously, there's a lot of hires that you make, and sometimes you just think you're too busy to learn, to learn about finance because it's hard. When you hear $1 million, you're like, man, if I ever get $1 million, everybody gonna be good, but it doesn't work that way. So just trying to educate each other and myself, just trying to learn as much as possible. I absolutely believe college athletes should be paid. I was a college athlete for 2 years, and to see the money that's generated and to know that when you're in school, you can't work. You can't have a job, because you are playing. So, like I said, that's learning, because when I was in college, I was just grateful to be in school, but there's a lot of money generated, and there needs to be a way to figure that out. When I first got into the NBA, my parents didn't want to move. They wanted to stay in the same house that I grew up in, lived my entire life in. And so what me and my brother did was we bought a house right down the street from my parents' house. Literally about 4 or 5 minutes away from my parents' house. The only problem was my dad would be over at our house like at 6:30, 7 a.m. cutting our grass. Didn't nobody tell you to come cut our grass. But that was probably one of the extravagant things that I bought when I first got into the league was a house for me and my brother. This is the biggest thing that I've learned, though, tell you the truth, financially. And this is something that I try to live by now when it comes to making big purchases or big expenses. Spend your money on experiences. Once upon a time, it was things, it may be jewelry, it may be clothes, watches, all this different type of stuff. But me now, it's experiences. That's what I've noticed about my kids. They probably won't remember what I got them 3 Christmases ago. But if I take them on a trip to Spain like I did this past summer, they're gonna remember it. You know what I mean? So experiences are, things that you remember for a lifetime. What's life after basketball? I still want to be around the game. I love it too much. Would love to own a team at some point, but also want to be involved in different areas, whether it be health and wellness. Also, we have a production company, so I want to be involved in different media avenues and also philanthropy. I think that's a big thing that I'm passionate about, is trying to impact the next generation and help that change. That's probably a better conversation suited for my wife, because I called her recently telling her how good I feel, and that, no time soon, hopefully, God willing, because I'm having too much fun and my body feels really good. If at any point it compromises like family or life or whatnot, that'll be a different conversation, but I'm not ready.